It's funny. But we're not in the cinema, we're in a lecture theatre here. Why is it funny? I mean, Robin Williams plays it absolutely straight. Let me explain. We live in a world of reproductions. Our visual experience is dominated by videos, films, photographs, and pictures. These mediums produce images which appear to be separated from substance. When you photograph an object or a person, it appears that you have extracted their image, leaving behind their weight, texture, and three-dimensionality. You think you've recorded their images. This is a fallacy. The photographic process, like all optical processes, creates the images. An object or a person only has an image because someone or something is looking at it. The image is in the process. The character in Deconstructing Harry cannot be out of focus. Only the camera can be out of focus. We laugh at Alan's absurdity. Remember this when you draw. You are not drawing the thing in front of you. You are imposing an image on a world without any. If you don't think that's an extraordinary thing to say, you're not listening. If it doesn't force you to have a more profound view of drawing, you're not thinking. If you're not listening and you're not thinking, why have you come to RISD? From images, we abstract shape. Though there are many aspects of drawing, I think it's true to say that shape is the structure of drawing. So let's briefly talk about shape. When I was preparing this talk, on the table in front of me was a teapot. Did the teapot have shape? It appeared to. But when I reached over to touch the shape and run my fingers along it, it disappeared. Another shape emerged. I turned the teapot and the second shape disappeared just as the third came into view. Shape is a fugitive of perception. So where was the shape of the teapot? Looking again, I could see it. And so can you. You can't see my teapot, but you can see a teapot because I have named it. I observed that the shape was not everywhere on the surface of the teapot. It was confined to its outline, the point in space where the object turned out of sight. So shape is a condition of our optical capacity. And here's a strange thing to say. If we could see around corners, shape would not exist. Thus, we have transformed a visual inadequacy into a creative tool. I want you to write this next sentence down. We project shape onto the world so that we can order what we cannot know. What does this mean? Well, we cannot know time, so we order it with clocks. We cannot know space, so we order it with rules. And we cannot know phenomena, so we order them with shape. Shape, really, is a form of measurement. If a phenomenon cannot be shaped, it cannot be understood. This occurs frequently when phenomena are in motion. Motion is the enemy of understanding because it robs phenomena of their shapes. Let me give you an ordinary example. If you're watching a football match on television, as I sometimes do, and there's a disputed event, the referee will consult a slow motion video recording. Slowing the motion allows the referee to see what happened. As the motion slows, shape begins to reappear. Stop the motion and the understanding is complete because shape is in evidence again. I will end this very brief talk with some images from my sketchbook when I was your age. And I want you to talk about the importance of medium. Write this down. Especially in sketchbooks, drawing is the visible contour of thought. When I was young, I drew all the time. It never occurred to me to take photographs. Photographs were for people who couldn't draw. Susan Sontag, the eminent critic, once called photography unearned experience. She compared drawing and photography, pointing out that you can capture an image photographically in a split second, and then you move on. When you draw, you endure the experience. A drawing might take an hour or several hours. By the end of a drawing, you have earned knowledge. But what knowledge can you possibly acquire in a split second? Now, I understand that photography is important as one of the arts. I'm talking about the common use of photography and its increasing facility. It has now become more convenient to take a photograph than to take the trouble to draw. Beware facility. All my teachers, when I was your age, told me I was good at drawing. I began to draw using a pencil. The pencil was easy to use. It was too easy. It presented no difficulty. This gawky youth is me at your age. And this is Billingsgate Fish Market in London when I took one of my few trips to London when I was young. I tried wash. It seemed pretty effortless to me, and it had very pleasing effects. This is London Docks when I was there too. I tried charcoal. This medium offered a little more resistance to my efforts. But still, I wasn't really challenged. This is my sister knitting. And a scene from the village where I was born. I was very suspicious of my facility, and so should you be. Then I found an old fountain pen. It was one I had used throughout grammar school, and it was wearing out. The pen did not make drawing easy. When I tried to draw an outline, it allowed me only intermittent marks. It made me nervous, and in the beginning, I only tried it out on members of my family. This is my mother sleeping in the morning, and my father. I was rough with the pen. I had to force it to do what I wanted it to. But the pen complained. I could hear it. I could hear it scratching its resistance. When I thought things were going well, it suddenly stopped me, digging itself into the paper. It forced me to think. Until now, I had been entirely motivated by visual description. I began to realize that art is not about description. Art is about interpretation. These are the first two drawings where I thought for myself. I like how rough and powerful they are, and I love how awkward and ugly they are. These are not meant to describe and please. These are meant to question and understand. Artists, and therefore art students, need resistance. RISD will provide you with resistance. Thank you.